Imagine a team about to turn the tide, a roster that, in the eyes of many, was heading toward another ordinary season until a series of unexpected decisions and surprising performances began to change the narrative. Behind the headlines, the numbers, and the statistics, there are stories unfolding that few are truly seeing clearly. Stories of underrated players, high-risk gambles that are already beginning to show returns, and moves that defied NFL logic, but which may very soon be remembered as a turning point for a franchise. What happens when proven talent is publicly questioned, even after years of excellence? What happens when a rookie gains confidence not on the field, but sitting on the bench? And how can a modest contract hide the impact of a veteran ready to transform an entire unit? But before I tell you all that, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get started. The Atlanta Falcons offensive line was supposed to be a fortress, an elite wall protecting the future of the franchise. But something strange happened this offseason. Chris Lindstrom, one of the most consistent and dominant right guards in the NFL since his 2019 debut, suddenly found himself falling from grace, not in performance, but in perception. ESPN's annual poll of executives, scouts, and coaches ranked him the number 7 interior offensive lineman in the league. That might not sound shocking until you remember this. Lindstrom was number 2 just a year ago. He hasn't just been good. He's been elite, the highest-rated guard by Pro Football Focus for 3 straight seasons, earning second-team All-Pro honors every time. So why the drop? That's what has everyone scratching their heads, including ESPN's own Jeremy Fowler, who compiled the rankings. Fowler admitted it was a bit curious that Lindstrom fell so far down the list, despite consistent elite performance. In 2024 alone, Lindstrom surrendered just 1 sack. 1. He allowed only 8 quarterback hits and 21 hurries across the entire season. Those numbers aren't just solid, they're elite. And his pass block win rate of 92.4%? More than respectable. The reason for the drop doesn't appear to be his play. So what gives? One anonymous NFL coordinator offered a more optimistic spin, claiming that Lindstrom might actually perform even better this coming season because of a quarterback change. With second-year QB Michael Penix Jr. taking over the reins from veteran Kirk Cousins, the Falcons' offense is expected to lean more on bootlegs and play action, plays that benefit from a mobile quarterback. Penix's athleticism might unlock even more potential from Lindstrom, particularly in the passing game where he's already trending upward. That brings us to the next chapter in this developing Falcons story, Michael Penix Jr. himself. The young quarterback who spent most of last season learning behind Kirk Cousins is no longer in the shadows. He's the guy now. And according to Penix, that year on the bench may have been the most important development period of his life. In a recent sit-down with Falcons legend Michael Vick, Penix opened up about what it meant to wait, watch, and learn. He described how he mentally ran through every play Cousins was in, imagining how he'd respond in real time. This wasn't idle observation, it was mental reps, a masterclass in preparation. And when the moment came, when he was finally called upon to start in Week 16 against the New York Giants, Penix was ready. He threw for 200 yards and 1 interception in that debut, and while the stat line wasn't flashy, the confidence was clear. Especially in the following weeks. In Week 17 against Washington, Penix had an uneven first 3 quarters, but then came alive in the 4th. He led a game-tying touchdown drive, converting 2 crucial 4th downs, including a clutch TD to tight end Kyle Pitts. He even gave Atlanta a shot to win it with a late field goal, but the attempt missed and the game slipped away in overtime. Week 18, though, was the moment fans had been waiting for. Penix exploded for 317 total yards, 312 through the air, 5 on the ground, with 2 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing score. He made 7 big-time throws and put up 38 points. He looked like the real deal. A young quarterback growing into his role, commanding the huddle, leading the charge. Penix's story is compelling on its own, but the backdrop makes it even more intriguing. This is a team that just handed Kirk Cousins $180 million. A team that shocked fans and analysts alike by selecting Penix 8th overall in the 2024 NFL Draft. Many questioned the decision. Was it a waste of resources? A vote of no confidence in Cousins before he even took a snap? But then came a voice few expected to speak up, Matt Ryan. The greatest quarterback in Falcons history. The man who knows the highs and lows of this league better than anyone in Atlanta. Ryan didn't just support the Penix pick, he championed it. Speaking on the Dan Patrick Show, Ryan acknowledged that while the decision was likely tough on Cousins, it was the right move for the franchise. He emphasized that you must get that position right. And in Penix, Ryan sees serious talent. Enough to justify the surprise pick. Enough to believe that Atlanta might finally have its quarterback of the future. That kind of endorsement matters. Ryan has lived through the ups and downs of being the guy in Atlanta. He understands the pressure. He knows the heartbreak of transition. Yet here he is, publicly supporting the team's controversial decision and backing a rookie who, by all accounts, is growing into something special. So here's the big question for you, Falcons fans. What do you think? Was Lindstrom's drop in the rankings fair or totally unjustified? And do you believe in Penix Jr. the way Matt Ryan does? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And while we're on the subject of belief, let's talk about a player who's quietly becoming one of the smartest offseason pickups the Falcons have made in years, Leonard Floyd. His name might not carry the flash of a blockbuster signing, but make no mistake, this man could end up being Atlanta's most valuable investment of the 2025 season. And here's why. The Falcons didn't spend big in free agency. They were strategic, looking for value, leadership, and impact. Enter Leonard Floyd, signed to a one-year, $10 million deal. At 32 years old, turning 33 in September, some might call him past his prime. But just look at the numbers. Last season with the San Francisco 49ers, Floyd posted 42 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 16 quarterback hits, and 8.5 sacks. That's not just solid, that's production the Falcons haven't seen from a single edge rusher since Vic Beasley in 2019. And Floyd isn't some random journeyman. He's a Super Bowl champion. A former top 10 draft pick. He's experienced, disciplined, and knows how to operate in high-stakes situations. The Falcons need that presence, not just for Sundays, but every day on the practice field, in the film room, in the locker room. Raheem Morris knows exactly what Floyd brings to the table. They've worked together before in Los Angeles, where Floyd played under Morris during their Rams run. That familiarity is key. It means no learning curve. No adjustment period. Just plug and play. That's critical for a Falcons defense trying to establish its identity. And think about what that means for the rookies, Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. These are young, hungry pass rushers looking to make their mark. Who better to learn from than a guy who's been consistent, disciplined, and productive for nearly a decade in the league? Floyd isn't just a player, he's a mentor. A veteran voice who can teach them how to study tape, how to train, how to recover, and how to attack the offensive line every single snap. You don't sign players like Floyd to sell jerseys. You sign them to change culture. To set standards. And if he hits double-digit sacks in 2025, which he absolutely could, then $10 million for that kind of impact will feel like a bargain. This entire offseason has been a chess game for the Falcons, building the trenches with Lindstrom, investing in the quarterback room with Penix, and now fortifying the edge with Floyd. It's not about flashy headlines. It's about setting the foundation. It's about winning in December and January. So now it's your turn. What do you think about Leonard Floyd? Can he be that missing piece the Falcons have needed for years off the edge? And more importantly, do you think this team is finally building something sustainable? Drop a comment, let's talk Falcons football. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more news. Go Falcons!